When we think of sharp high-end sports chronographs, the Rolex Daytona is an obvious choice. That retails for $15,100, if anyone will even sell you one for that price, and that's really unlikely. Then there's the Zenith El Primero, which is another very obvious choice, and you can get one of the modern iterations for just under $10K, believe it or not, and that watch is obviously going to be much easier to get than a Rolex Daytona. And either way, whichever one you choose, you can't deny the influence those two prolific Swiss chronographs brought to the horological world throughout many, many decades. But now, in 2024, you might be surprised to learn that one watchmaker truly disrupting the Swiss luxury scene isn't Swiss at all. It's not German, it's not Japanese or Chinese, it's Korean. Enter the Pitzmann 3 from Seoul, South Korea. It is 2:07 p.m. Let's get down to business. Jumping into the specs, we have a 40mm case diameter with 1 extra millimeter added for that ceramic bezel, so 41mm in totality. Lug to lug, 47.5mm, case thickness, 13.25mm, a water resistance of 50 meters, sapphire crystal with double-sided AR coating. It's powered by a Seiko caliber 8R48, also known as the NE88, automatic chronograph movement with a power reserve of 45 hours. And so for my longtime viewers, you'll know Pitzmann is actually one of my all-time favorite independent watchmakers because pretty much the first time I ever unboxed one, I was immediately surprised. I was like, okay, I don't know what to expect. This is a watch from Korea. I've never heard of a Korean watch, but I was incredibly, impressed, blown away, excited, all of those emotions because, they only have 3 models. And they don't have a ton of, history when it comes to the brand. They don't have a ton to choose from. But the amount of detail and craftsmanship and true care that they put in those 3 models is very apparent from the first time you hold one. So enough gushing, let's go ahead and talk about the pros and cons. So first pro, very sleek and sharp. Okay, you move the watch around on the wrist, in your hands, you realize it's very, very dynamic with the dial layout, and it plays with the light beautifully. The 6 o'clock date window, nicely bordered, color matched, beautiful, beautiful design choice there. Slim lugs and a very slick bracelet makes for a very comfortable watch, and it's just all around great dimensions. I love the racetracks on the case back. As someone who likes to track some of my sports cars, it's a nice little added touch for, a racing chronograph. And then all in all, specs for the money is insane with this one. You're not paying $5,000 for this watch. You're not paying $2K for this watch. This is an under $1,500 watch. I almost said $15,000. Yes, this is also under $15,000, but this is an under $1,500 watch, and you are getting a crazy amount of watch for that money. But it's not perfect, so let's talk about what they could do better with the cons. So I would have loved drilled lugs. I always complain about that. I think that's a missed opportunity there. The loom, not the best. I think that, there's not a whole lot of loomed surfaces on the watch itself, but that's definitely some place that they could do better. A threaded crown with like a 100 meter water resistance rating would have made this the ultimate, just kind of accessible, sporty luxury chronograph. And then some people, like, regardless of what I say and regardless of what I show in this review, will just write the company off because they aren't Swiss or they aren't Japanese. People will have kind of the same apprehension that I initially did when I first heard of Pitzmann. I was like, wait, Korea? I don't really know what to expect there. But all in all, Pitzmann once again shows the world that you don't need to have a huge name or a Swiss-made label to make insanely solid, detailed watches, and for a more than reasonable price. But guys, let me know what you think. Another hands-on review in the books. I will leave a link to this watch in the description below so you can learn more about it, and I will catch you on the next one. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller, and always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it.